from Louisiana's news channel. This is 9 News at noon.
Video taken moments ago from the sky of the explosion at Williams Olefins. Team coverage just ahead. Good afternoon. I'm Lauren Westbrook. Matt Williams joining me today on 9 News at noon as this situation develops in Geismar.
Yeah, we continue to follow that for you. Of course, we were with you all morning long as this began to unfold. So let's bring you the very, very latest. Again, you were taking a look at aerial footage from our sister station in Jackson, WLBT. They're providing their chopper to us. About 30 people are believed to have been evacuated by ambulance right now. Actually, 3 to 4 possibly being told evacuated by air ambulance. We assume because of that they are in critical condition. DEQ on the scene right now. Actually, they've already completed their first round of community monitoring right there along Highway 30 between 3115 and Highway 73. We talked about those highways being shut down for safety precaution. This is the area that we're talking about. Kind of get yourself oriented. Monitoring right now the results. They were just making sure everything was okay. So DEQ, they're actually expanding their air monitoring right now.
This all started just after 8:30 this morning when we heard about the explosion. Authorities on the ground, hospitals already throughout the area. And we just heard from authorities moments ago, state police, the sheriff's office in Ascension Parish. Take a listen.
We think now that at least in a localized area on this 25-acre tract of land where this petrochemical plant is, that we have it localized, and this is what the plant officials tell us, and we have it maybe in a secure situation.
We're going to keep the evacuation from the plant site in place. We're going to keep the road closures in place, and we're asking anybody to stay away from this area of LA 30 around the Iberville-Ascension Parish line. So we're having each of the contractors do a head count of their personnel to determine if anybody's been missing. That's ongoing. So no report of fatalities. We do know that there's injuries. There are some people that have been transported to the burn unit of Baton Rouge. General, I do not know the extent of those injuries.
Any idea how many people were in the plant at the time of the explosion?
The Sergeant Slade, you said?
Roughly 600.
600 people. 600 people working in the facility at the time of the explosion. Company personnel, approximately 7 contractors that have personnel on that site.
That video is from earlier today. That is not happening now, those images that you are seeing, but something to take away from what Captain Doug Kane said, no reported fatalities. Very important to note, and thankful for that.
And actually, that fire that you were just seeing, they're reporting right now, that ethylene fire at ground level is almost out at this point. And you heard our Cheryl Mercedes, a part of that press conference right there, and of course she was one of the very first ones on the scene. She's going to join us here very shortly, but this is a Skycam shot from right from here at WAFB, looking down that direction. You can still see, obviously, all the way down into it, and they're still dealing with it right now.
All morning long, people in Iberville and Ascension Parish is being told to shelter in place. People inside the plant told us by phone they were told to just run when this happened. A very scary situation that is getting under control at this point. Near the scene is our Cheryl Mercedes. We want to join her now and hear the very latest. Cheryl, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lauren and Matt. I am at Fred's truck stop just off of Highway 74 in St. Gabriel Parish, where you can see the cloud of smoke here right over my right shoulder. Now, it was a thick black smoke earlier and very tall, and it seems to be dissipating at this time and becoming more of a gray smoke. We're told, as Lauren and Matt reported, that the fire on the ground is out. This fire is now localized and contained to that area, and that no residents are in any danger, according to DEQ. They are, you can see, flying over at various times doing some air quality checks. Now, as they reported, 33 people, we're told, reported injured and sent to the hospital, 30 by ambulance, 3 airlifted via AirMed. We do have crews on those scenes who will be reporting with us shortly. We'd also like to tell you that where we were earlier at Highway 3115 and 74, there were a number of buses loading up plant workers who appeared to be okay and taking them to various locations for head counts. We're told that employees from the plant, staff, administrators are going to be there meeting with their crews. There were crews from the Williams plant as well as 7 other contractors, state police says, on site working at the plant at the time of the explosion. Roughly 600 people, but it is still unclear exactly what caused the fire or what area of the plant the fire is taking place. We do know that it is 25 acres big, so that's a huge space there, and they're still working to get to the bottom of it to see exactly where this thing started. Now, of course, as plant workers were leaving the site, a lot of people started gathering around, stopping at truck stops along the way in Ascension Parish and Iberville Parish just to see what was going on, because in this area, as we know, a lot of folks know people who work at this plant. Robert Forbes, the guy I caught up with at one of the truck stops, is one of them.
There was a lot of Ascension Parish emergency vehicles coming from all different directions, and a lot of plant people scurrying everywhere. It was just a mess.
A lot of concern from folks in this area. Of course, you'll probably see later in this newscast as well at WAFB.com. There are numbers being put out by state police and the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office where you can call and check on relatives and friends. Again, at this point, if you're not involved with this, you don't know anyone, emergency crews are asking that you please stay at home, do not drive around, as they still try to investigate what has been a very, very tragic explosion here this time in Geismar. Cheryl Mercedes reporting live from St. Gabriel. Back to you, Lauren and Matt.
All right, Cheryl, thank you. Many people being directed to staging areas.
Yeah.